very much. So let us start.
Yes.
So today I will be talking about I will give a context of what research is and how the artificial intelligence can be helpful in the research process. Then this will be a major part would be the examples of some AI tools which can, speeden up the research process. And then we will see what are the benefits or drawbacks and limitations of such artificial intelligence tools in the research process, and then factors to consider what tools can be used for particular research. So here we go. And you know that research is actually an extension of the existing knowledge. It is not discovery, but it is just an extension of existing knowledge. And you know that it involves finding, reading, analyzing, synthesizing large amount of information. Then you need to have the data collection, its analysis, and finally you have the answers to the research questions. Then ultimately you publish your research. That is the end point of your research. For that, you need to write, edit, and proofread your manuscript and submit for publication, mostly in scholarly journals. And you know, this is a very time-consuming and tedious process, and often it leaves very little time for creativity and innovation. However, AI can overcome all these challenges in a better way. So AI can be used in different stages of the research process. First one, and the starting point is that you can automate tedious and repetitive tasks such as searching for papers, summarizing them, extracting key information, and generating citations. Improve the quality and accuracy of your research by providing data-driven insight, feedback, suggestions, as well as detecting and correcting errors while you're writing in terms of your grammar or spellings and style of writing. And AI also helps in generating sometimes in new ideas, and often you can create content with the help of AI, and you can have your headlines for your publications, as well as you can find hidden connections and patterns among the research topics. So I will be rather focusing in the AI application in research writing. So the first and foremost, to begin with, we have to find the relevant literature and the data sources. Then you know that it is not always possible to go through all the literature and data sources that we have, all the data we have, unless we have some summaries. We read only that much which is useful for our research. And often while we start writing, we intentionally or unintentionally try to use words or ideas of other researchers, and this is not this is sort of a research misconduct, and normally it is known as plagiarism. And there are some tools which can help you that or caution you that okay, this is what is not your original, but you have copied from somewhere. Then you can take care how to paraphrase it, how to properly take the ideas from others. And so AI tools can help you in that way. And finally, while writing your research, AI tools can help to enhance the creativity as well as the style of writing.
Please unmute yourself. I have muted everyone. Sukhdev, can you unmute yourself? Hello? Yes.
Yes, I have unmuted. So we are here. So I was talking about, we will start with the first portion, and that is we will see some tools to find out relevant literature. Earlier, you know that we always used PubMed as our starting point. However, PubMed is a very huge source of research references, and it is not always possible to search it in a very effective way. And however, these days, number of AI tools have evolved, which can help you to find the relevant literature. So I'm not touching the PubMed, but uh, the further AI tools which have been developed. There are so many tools, and each has its own features. So let's start with this thing. Before going that, let me tell you that when you're starting your research, the first ideal way is that you first get hold of some few core articles or references which are very much relevant to your own research. Thereafter, you can further build up and see the related literature on those references and build your literature survey. So let's go first tool, which is Illicit. So what it does is that it will find you relevant paper. Not only find you paper, it will summarize some key takeaways from the paper and extract key information from the papers. This is a sort of interesting way to do a literature search. So if anyway, if you want, I can show you, but let us first see. So if you go there, you will it will say ask a research question. As you know, in the PubMed, you have to type some keywords and all those things, but this is AI inbuilt, so you can ask questions. Simply like some examples I given, what is the impact of written on the cognition and so on and so forth. So let me take an example, the last one. What are the effects of sleep training on infants? So if we use that, we find that we start getting the references, and we can narrow down these references that if you can see over here, you can limit your references by the PDF, means it has the full text available, and further filters are also available. Then you have the abstract summary. And what you can do here further is that you click a particular reference or article, and then you can start asking question to that. Say, what is the sample size, and what are the key takeaways? It will give you the replies like a human being. So this is one. So if I can, okay. So once you get that, you can further refine, and you see that all the references are connected and they are coming. So another tool that you can use is that what is known as the evidence hunt. So people do search for a particular problem, and then they seek what is the clinical evidence, and they want to see that it is in a very quick and effective way. Then evidence hunt is another AI tool which can be used. So let us say I simply say I ask a question about, say, infant sleep. How do the infants sleep? So what it answer would be, it will not give you the references on that. Rather, it will sort of write a sort of a paragraph and start writing like you write your literature review. Say infant sleep is an important this thing, that thing, and then it starts quoting various articles or references, which you can always check up. You can see the evidence is listed at the towards the bottom, and it says infant room sharing prone sleep position in sudden infant death syndrome, published in New Zealand, sort of thing. And then you can also see the PICO analysis also, the type of evidence it is. Now you can see the answer. It is not simply the list of references, but it is giving you a complete answer, and like you write your literature survey or in your introductory part of your article, or when you are writing a research. So another one is that what is known, another tool is that insightful. Here, there are two things are there. One is that you simply put a paper or its URL or a DIO, and it is known as the paper discovery. And what it will build up, it will build a network of papers based on the citation, that who is citing whom, and the papers would be connected. It means that all these papers are connected or they are related to one another, and it will show you that way, so that you can explore further who are the prolific authors or institution working in your area of research. Another one is that literature connector is intended for interdisciplinary scholars, like somebody is working in a problem which have psychology or social impact on a particular disease. So that can be, it can show both the connecting literature. So let me see. I can show you some examples also in my browser, but I think that will take a lot of time. So we move ahead. If time permits, we will have a sort of a hands-on. So now in this insightful, we try.
I mean, you can take as much time you want, no problem.
Okay. So I will start showing you some of these things. So anyway, we in earlier tool, we have searched this article and we got a PubMed ID of that abstract. Now we want to try a network of those academic papers which are related to it. This is in the insightful. Or what you can also do is that you can import your bibtex file. Bibtex file is your, you have the all your references collected in a particular format, and you can upload it. Then you need not type each and every paper. So once you do that, what it will do is, for a particular paper, it will start giving you that this is cited by so many papers, and the paper itself is citing so much, and it was published in this particular year, and whether it is open access. Open access means whether you can have the free full text online, and then it will provide a graph of the papers like this, that it is here. The central one is the paper, then how they are connected, what are the authors who are working in this particular area and how they are connected. So what you can do is, you can press a particular node and you can further explore. The thing here is that you are getting a very good view of all the literature on your particular topic of interest. And there is no need for doing a sort of, earlier we used to do PubMed and keywords and all those things. And there the chances were that many people could be missed. But here, you can have a complete overview, who is citing whom and what is the evidence, and all those things will come over here. Another interesting, these are all research tools, is the Research Rabbit. So what it does is that it gives, once you sort of give a paper, you can add your number of papers. What it will do, it will give you personalized recommendation and interactive visualization. So here, if I see here, so it looks like this way. And so if I if I select a paper, the same paper I have selected, and I see this thing, and it will show you that there are these many similar works are there. Earlier work nil by these authors, and later work by this author nil, and these author as such, if you press, it will give all the authors, and you have the similar works, all references, all citations, these authors suggested, and then you can even sort of have the full text and so forth. So this is another one. This is how the Research Rabbit is. It keeps on suggesting you what all articles are there and all those things are there. Then this is an interesting site. This is it is called site. What it does is that it sort of, if you put a paper, so here it is. If you put a, you can search. Here you can search a particular paper, and then immediately you can see whether ideas in that particular paper, the other authors, either they are supporting their evidence of this particular paper, or they are contrasting, I mean they're contradicting this paper. And you can even upload a PDF to check if the references have been supported, means other people support their research, or they are contradicting it. Or sometimes you can even check whether sometimes a paper can be retracted. You can also check whether this paper have been retracted or not. If you are fond of some research misconduct, the journals may retract your paper. So it means that all the evidence is lost and all those things. And you can even create this custom dashboards to discover trends about the group of articles. If you have the group of articles, you can see the trends or dashboards is there. This is all by using the artificial intelligence. All the grouping and all these things can be done. Now again we come to our this is what. So here it is important for a research paper, further research whether they are supporting this idea or they are contradicting the idea. Lit maps is basically it is automated citation searching, and here the results are in the form of visualizations. Let me see if this is the paper. And again, I am using this lit map, and I'm using the say this infant sleep, or you can give any sort of research idea, and then you can here you can see this is the research paper that you are interested in. And here you can see it is a network has been created. The top articles, if you can see top articles, top related articles, and all those things are there. Further, this is cited by cited. This is a sort of a visual network it will create. And then you can even This is the seed articles. This you can have the maps, you can discover, you can see all those things are there. You can check up later on. This is very interesting. So we go to our slides. Oh, now this particular tool here. What you can have, it will give you a sort of a dashboard. Let me see. In fact, here this is another tool. Their video explains what it is.
Welcome to Ladder, the new way to collect and navigate your research. We're extremely excited that you're joining us on this mission to make research fun and collaborative. In this video, we're going to cover three things: setting up a project, searching across all documents, and lateral finding text for you. Let's start with setting up a project. This is the dashboard, where you can easily create collaborative projects for your research. Gone are the days of scattered PDFs, random folders, opening them one by one, and losing track of references. Instead, I can create a project for my research, for example, global warming in public debate. And once created, I can drag in all the PDFs that I've collected for my research and have them all in one shareable, collaborative place. Next, let's look at searching across the documents. Now that I've uploaded all my documents to the project, Lateral has split them up in such a way that I can search across them. So let's navigate to the super search and type in a keyword like argumentation. I can see results from the different documents. And this one looks interesting, so let's click that one. I can now do two things. First of all, I'm going to save this by applying a concept to it called argumentation. And secondly, I want to know if there's more snippets like this in the other documents. And this is what Lateral allows me to do due to its contextual understanding of text, which is fantastic because I don't need to think of keywords to use. And here I've already found another snippet I find interesting, and so I'm going to label that as well. Returning to the table view, I now get a clear overview of all the snippets that I've saved. Finally, let's look at how Lateral uses concepts to suggest more content to me. So I've saved snippets for documents 4 and 5, but I'm interested if there's something for argumentation to be found in document 2. And so Lateral has been using what I've saved previously to now make suggestions to me of snippets in document 2. So this provides me with a completely new way of navigating information beyond keywords and using context instead. I can also add a note saying that this is an interesting find, and that'll also be added to the snippet. Finally, if I want to go to more of the traditional PDF view, I can do so, and I can actually see what I've saved in that context. I can also, again, see suggestions made by Lateral and jump to that piece of text, or I can even highlight text in the document and save that as a snippet. Finally, when I'm done, I can return to the table view and have all my findings in one shareable place, which I can even export to familiar formats.
So this was letter. Basically, what it does is that it provides a space to you, and where you can put all your PDF, all your literature over there, and then you can search across this PDF, and you can discover what important or key features are there. This one is very good, but very basic sort of a search engine, where it gives you the references as usual. Other does it that, but it highlights their key points in 1 or 2 sentences. Like again, I'm infant sleep problems, and like this one. Again, same thing. Now here the paper, if you search, it will give you. And here what you find is that it simply gives you the main theme of the paper. Okay. In that way, you don't have to read the complete article or reference, but only the main themes are there. So it saves a lot of your time in analyzing what all references you have collected. Okay, we move. Now, this is another tool which is known as the consensus. And here, the output is a sort of evidence. So if I say here, if I put this again, infant sleep, or you can type any of your this thing. It may show you the suggestions, like you can put all those things, anything. And then it gives you the conclusion that reviewed studies support a critical and positive roles of infant sleep in cognition and physical. Straight away, it gives you the actual evidence, the summation of that particular problem, not simply references, but it synthesizes all the references and give you the key takeaway or whatever you ask. And plus, it gives you systematic review. This is a systematic review. So we again return to our PPT slides. So now this we have done your literature survey, and now is the time for having sort of reading them and synthesizing them and generating summaries from them. Otherwise, it would be difficult for a human to go through all those research papers and articles, but AI can help us. There are so many tools are there where it can help. Now, this is a tool. I think it is quite popular and people are using it. This is called Quillbot. What it does is that you put a text, and or you paste a text, it will paraphrase it. I mean, it is summarized and paraphrases. So you can overcome even sometimes what is known as the plagiarism. But you can, so you're not copying word to word, but you can paraphrasing the concept. Of course, you will be citing it to avoid the plagiarism. So this is a one tool which will paraphrase it. So coming back to our slides, let us see there are 3-4 tools. Such tools are there. Scholar C is another one, which also would do the research summarization, and it will also extract the key points, figures or references from academic articles. We can also see the example over here. This is how it looks like. So you can upload a document, or you can have its URL, or even you can post your text over here, and then it will provide a summarized version of that. This is another tool. The paper digest is another tool which will help you in summarizing the academic articles for you. All these tools will save your time in that otherwise you could have gone through all the complete paper, try to understand it, try to make notes of it, and then finally put it somewhere, and then later you would have been using it. But such tools will help you to summarize it, keep it on your in digital form, and use it later on. Now, while trying to do writing your research, you may intentionally or unintentionally try to use the artificial intelligence tools like GTP, Chat GTP, or another tools, Bard or by Google, and you may get the text. However, for your knowledge, there are some tools which can even detect whether this particular text has been generated by some AI tools, or whether in normal plagiarism means you don't use the AI, but you copy and paste from other articles. Such tools will detect whether you have plagiarized or not. So this will basically help you that you avoid this plagiarism. Okay. Now we start with some tools. Copy leaks is one, which can detect AI generated content, or you have paraphrased it, or you have image based text is there, or you have source code plagiarism. It can detect. So only thing is that I'm talking, you need to be careful that if you're using AI, use it with caution, because there are some tools are there which can detect also that it has been done through AI, and you have to apply your own mind and make sort of all those things which will give a proper credit from where you have taken the ideas and paraphrase them, and so that you are not doing any research misconduct. Scriber is another tool. It can detect up to 95% whether the plagiarism has been done or not done, and whether the content is AI generated. It is basically for students, and it will improve their, it will rather improve their original writing. Paper Owl is another tool, and it is free online plagiarism checker. GPT-0 is a tool. It will detect whether the text has been created by the Chat GPT. Turnitin is another one, which is basically designed for students, instructor, publisher, and researcher, so that they can avoid the plagiarism, and it can detect. Winston AI is another AI tool is there. It can check whether it has been, text has been written by Chat GTP or otherwise, or you have plagiarized otherwise. It can check. Study Hippo is another tool. It will also give you the percentage of how much plagiarize you have done. Trust My Paper is another tool. So ultimately, while you are writing your research, for people who are starting writing, there could be some problems that they may not be well versed with the writing styles and all those things. So, but here the AI tools can do help in having a sort of enhanced style of writing or creativity. These are very popular. You might have already been using it. One is this Trinka. Trinka, it will keep on while you're writing or you have written a text, it will keep on suggesting that you don't use this term, use this term, this is the verb, this is noun, this is how it should be given, and all those things. And it will have the red marks, and then it will have the suggested text which can be given. And it is available both as a your extension to your browser extension or your desktop application. It is there, and it also goes well with your you can integrate this this tool with your word processor or the word Microsoft Word. Copy AI is another one. What here it can do is you simply give some ideas and all those things. When it can create some, from its own, it can create some text. Later on, you can have a text outline. You can improve further and give your own touch or give your own ideas what you want to write. But the basic structure these tools can give you. Writer is another tool. It says it can write it faster and better by providing suggestion. It will provide you suggestion, templates, and feedback of your academic writing. Hyperwrite is another tool. This is also very important, popular tool, Grammarly. And you can proofread your academic or you can edit your academic papers. It will detect any errors are there in grammatic or spellings or pronunciation, as well as it will provide you some suggested vocabulary to introduce clarity and tone. Pro Writing Aid is another tool. And Moonbeam is simply, you can not only articles, you can write anything, starting from your blog articles, stories, essay, even for your social media accounts. If you want to write, it can help you. You simply give an idea, it will write for you, and then you can improve that draft. So these were the core things which was available to you. And there are many others. In fact, every week or every month, you will find a new tools are coming. And sometimes it is quite difficult to keep a track of all these tools, AI generated or AI tools which are coming. Sometimes it is very difficult to keep a track on that. I may be missing so many other good tools over here, but these were some of the examples. Other tools, this bit AI is like, you have a sort of a shareable place. This is very common. You put your research articles or videos at one place, then you can share, or you can collaborate with your other peers. This is not very unique. There are other tools also like Box and so many, but it is a sort of driven. It has something using the artificial intelligence. This Mendeley, this is a, if you're not using, you can try it, that you can keep your references in a sort of a database. And Jitera is the same thing you might be using. So ultimately, let me come to what are the benefits of using these AI tools. Basically, these tools can assist in writing. They can suggest you vocabulary, phrasing that can improve the clarity and coherence of the content. Of course, they will help you in literature reviews, and the literature can be analyzed in a simple way, and you can analyze the hundreds of articles and find the relevant data more quickly and the key theme than doing the manual searches. And these tools can be a sort of a valuable addition to any writer's toolbox. You can use it. These are the These are time-saving tools are there. However, they are not without drawbacks and limitation. The major drawback is that all these tools and artificial intelligence as such has not yet matured to the level that it can be fully trusted. So you have to apply their mind, and it may lack accuracy or specificity in their results, and sometimes, or of course, they are machine driven, so they may not understand the irony, stare, or other forms of humor. They are meant to assist researchers. However, they will not replace them entirely. And they cannot, of course, provide the level of insight and analysis that human researchers can do. So if you're trying to choose a particular AI tool for scholarly articles, you must take into account that it should be easy to use. If you have to, if it is complex, if you have to learn how to use it, then all the time you have saved will be spent on learning a new tool. And another one is that a tool you are going to select should be compatible and should be able to be integrated in your existing tools. Like if you have if you are using a tool for having a database of your references, then you need to select a tool that you can export and import from that database to this IT AI tools. And it should be compatible to your specific research needs. Some type of research, the tools may not be useful at all. Then accuracy and reliability of the tool are non-negotiable. Means you cannot say that my research results have been faulty because of this tool and that tool. You can't say that. All responsibility is yours. And most important factor is that all these tools which are coming up, you need to sometimes purchase them for their full functionality. Some tools are free, but then they are only the basic functionality is free. Otherwise, you need to pay for them. That if you're paying for that, then you need to consider what sort of value addition a particular tool can be, or whether they are worth it. So to conclude our lecture, so these tools can automate literature review, and this is the portion which will eat up maximum time of your research, the literature review, because as such the research itself is the extension of existing knowledge. So without having what is known already, without searching for that, you cannot go ahead with your research. If you do that, it may not be published, or it may not be worthwhile to do that particular research. It could land up so many other problems. You may be duplicating research which is well known otherwise. So these tools can do the literature reviews. They can have the keyword extraction, and they can summarize whatever you have found from the literature review, and then you can manage your citations. And these tools can, if you are writing your research, these tools can assist you and to write, and they can also automate your proofreading and editing. And however, they lack accuracy and specificity. Limitations is in the understanding of humor or sarcasm, and you should not be over dependence on the technology, because such tools may lack interpretation and analysis. This is what we have. Now I'm sort of coming into it, and I'm opening up this discussion. So if you have any questions, you can please ask. I think we have 10 minutes. The moderator can.
Yes. I have allowed everyone to unmute. You can raise your hands and ask your questions. There are some questions in the chat box also, sir.
If I want to buy any one, so which one is the best one, sir?
Dr. Sukhdev, please unmute. I have Sukhdev, yes.
I am unmuted now. So the question was that which tools to select for purchasing. No, there's no definite answer to it. It depends what you want to do. Whether you want to do a literature search and or you want to write something. It depends, and how much you're going to pay.
Okay, what may be the minimum cost or maximum cost, sir?
So normally for every tool, they will start like this. Say per month, say $15 something, or annual. This is sort of subscription sort of thing. For every tool, if you go to their website, it is written. So, or sometimes you can start with free, but the only thing, the limitations would be there. You won't get the full functionality on it.
Yes.
So, but you can first, my suggestion is first you try a tool, use it for free, and see if you want some additional features. Then you can get it for 1 or 2 months. Then you can have revert back to your basic things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Professor Sanjeev Kumar.
Okay. Professor Sanjeev Kumar. Yeah.
Thank you, Sukhdev Singh ji. Excellent presentation, and it summarizes, I think, your lifelong experience of dealing with AI in this area. To a beginner, now you have listed 12 tools in the beginning, then for plagiarism, 8 tools for enhancing creativity, grammar, and style, 7 tools, and then other useful tools include another 2. To a beginner, where do we start?
No, you can start with the you can start with the 1 or 2 tools with the where you can do the research. Literature review. You can search with that, and then while you are coming to and then you analyze your all those things. So the first one, I have listed the tools in their priority. So illicit would be, you can start with that.
Thank you.
You can start with one tool as my presentation, then use another for the subsequent tools.
Okay, and for plagiarism, which one do you suggest we start with? There are 8 you listed.
So basically, all these tools are more helpful if you are, you're generating your text from from AI. Like, say, if you ask ChatGPT or your bot that I want a article on this particular topic, it will create a text for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Dr. Niloy Sinha. Yeah, Dr. Niloy Sinha. Sir, please unmute.
कोई सा भी ट्राई करना, फ्री है वो ट्राई करना। उसको पता है ना कि उसने तो ट्री लिस्ट की है, तो वो बताया rather than म्यूट कर दिया।
Dr. Niloy, please unmute.
Sir, am I audible now, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
My query is that earlier people used to publish. Always there's publication is quite good, but I have doubt whether these tools will really improve the quality of publication. Maybe we'll search more, maybe we'll go in depth more, but ultimately to dig out the particular thing, it depends upon the person who is doing it. Some problem is that we dig too much. Sometimes we put too much in a paper, which actually takes the essence out of it. This is my
No, I
question.
have told you that yet the artificial intelligence has not matured yet. So it is not going to replace the researchers. Okay, it can only help it. Only thing, while earlier you were taking like say 6 months, let us say, now you may do that work in 2 months. However, the final research you have to do. But it will ensure by using these tools, you are not missing any relevant article, which will be caught in your what is known as a peer review. If you send your article to a journal and some peer review may have a commentary that there are two important research which are related, you are missing that. So if you are using these AI tools, the chances are very less that you are ignoring them.
Thank you, sir.
So if I start seeing the chat questions, so someone has asked that whether I can share this PPT. Of course, definitely I will share. And forms, excellent. So one question is that if we do literature search with AI, how to write in the reference? So in the method, not in the reference, but in the methodology, you can say that the literature survey was done, and later on it was analyzed or it was done through this particular tool. It is acceptable. Of course, in the references, you will write all the references you got. But in the methodology, you can write how the references you can mention. Clear.
Yes, any more questions?
So I am giving you my contacts here. My email is there. I do write on Twitter sometime. So my Twitter handle is there, and you can WhatsApp me. This is actually my phone number, but you can always do a WhatsApp. So I thought I will create a WhatsApp group and share my PPTs over there.
So we already have a WhatsApp group. So if you
can send me this thing, I can, or I can send someone of you, or Vidhi, I can send it to you and you can share in your group, or you can add me in your group, whatever it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, we will do that.
So you can add my number, this number, and
yes.
I will immediately share the complete PPT as such. So,
yes, sir. I will do that.
And in the PPT, for all these tools, there is a hyperlink is there. So you need not to search, you simply click like I was clicking and you will land up your particular tool.
Yes, sir.
So I think I have taken complete 1 hour. So there are some messages. If some question is there for me.
Yes, I think, yes, I mean, most of them people are saying very nice and informative presentation.
Questions as such.
Everyone is congratulating you. And I must say, you still have a lot of, even after retirement, a long way to go and do a lot of useful work for the medical community.
Thank you. And so
I think we can end it now.
Yeah.
I have also pasted one link for our research methodology course, in which we, besides AI, we also do the basics of literature search and statistical analysis and the types of research designs and a little bit of AI in statistics also.
Okay, good.
Yes, that course is there, and I have placed the link in the chat. Those who are interested, they can join.
Thank you. And I think I can get this recording sometime.
Yes, sure. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bedi, for giving an opportunity
Most welcome, sir.
interact with you
We
all.
are honored to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So then, goodbye.
Bye.